Failing right off the bat, playing two songs here, but that's okay. Welcome to Sprawl and Brawl, episode number 57. I am Wild Matt. July 3rd, 20th, something like that. July 20th.
Yep.
It's a Thursday.
July 20th.
We're here every Thursday. Steiner's over there.
Most. Hello.
I think this year we've only missed two Thursdays, so it doesn't happen too often. It'll happen occasionally, but not often. So there you go. Yeah, that's us. We talk about MMA and stuff every week here on youtube.com/megascorchertv. And we have a channel called the exact same thing over at Twitch, Smashcast, Ustream, or you can just go to megascorcher.com. You can find all our VODs and MP3s for Sprawl and Brawl up there, as well as our podcast feed, which is also available on iTunes or Apple Podcasts, whatever it's called now, and also whatever other apps you use for podcasting. Just look up Sprawl and Brawl. So there you go. That's the intro. That's us. There's some actual stuff that happened over this last week. There's a lot of goddamn MMA events, so I guess I could just start off with that. Just go off to some results of some MMA events here. So, I guess the one event that I'm going to start off with is Friday, Bellator 181. I'm just going to go through the card as fast as possible. It wasn't that great. I only watched the main card. Did not watch any of the undercard.
I didn't watch it at all. I didn't even know it was on.
Well, so I guess the most exciting thing was Justin Lawrence TKO'd Thurston Thomason via Dr. Stoppage. A huge cut. He opened up a huge cut on his forehead. It was nasty. So the doctor stopped that one. Derek Campos also defeated Brandon Gertz. That was an okay fight. I think I want to say that was the main event. I guess they had some other fights. They threw the card all around. Kendall Grove lost to John Salter via rear naked choke in the first round. So yeah, that's Kendall Grove. He's not very good. Sometimes in Bellator, though, he can do some stuff, but not this week. That's for sure. Emily Ducote, or whatever her name is, she was supposed to fight our Canadian girl. Is it Valerie Letourneau that's in Bellator now? I think so. She got replaced by Jessica Middleton, and she lost. Joe Warren beat Steve Garcia. Super boring fight decision for Joe Warren. He wrestle-fucked him for the fight. But yeah, that's about it. That was that card. Then I watched some LFA. That's, what is it? Legacy Fighting Alliance. It's what Resurrection and Legacy became. Anyways, Bedford versus Flick was the main event. I know Bedford. He has been in the UFC. He lost via guillotine choke in the third. This fight was pretty good, though. They were going back and forth. If you liked ground game and jiu-jitsu and all that goodness and submission attempts, that was this fight. It wasn't that insane in terms of striking, but a lot of submission attempts in this fight. And then the thing that I watch, I watched this after Bellator, so I definitely know that I watched the main event, and the co-main was Miles John versus Levi Moles, and Miles won via unanimous. Yeah, I didn't watch this whole event, so usually LFA is pretty good. They have another event tomorrow as well. And then Road FC, live from Korea, airing on YouTube. I watched all of this. It started at midnight, ended at like 6 a.m. It's fucking insane, but I was not tired, so I figured I might as well stay up and watch this whole thing. They did a tournament, the first round of their lightweight tournament, I think is what it was. I wish it said the weight of this. Does it? Nope, it does not say the weight of these dudes on SureDog for some reason. Anyways, the prelims had a ladies fight. Amiko Reika beat Hae-In Kim via split decision. Amiko, I think she's like 40 or something. So she looked like it too. She looked like an old fighter, and she still won. So, hey, Herb Dean was there. Herb Dean, he was doing
referee.
Most of the refereeing in this event here. There's some awesome stuff. I just can't tell you any names that you would be familiar with and that I could talk about. So and nothing out of the ordinary happened either, where I can be like point to this and go like, holy shit, that was totally different. There's a lot of KOs, a lot of rear naked chokes. There's a Kimura.
There was a 7-second knockout.
Where's the 7-second knockout? Where's that?
Tom Santos versus
Oh yeah,
Chao Nam.
I guess I didn't watch that fight. I might have fallen asleep during the two fights before the main event. The main event I definitely watched.
Well, that fight number 12 was really fucking short.
Yep.
7-second knockout, man. That's pretty fucking fast.
It was mostly Koreans, but there were some Russians on this card. There was some Brazilians, a few Americans. No Canadians, though. Trying to remember if... Oh, Leo Kuntz. He was on The Ultimate Fighter. So that would probably be the one guy that some people might actually know. And the main event dude also, his name is Mighty Mo. He's a fat-ass heavyweight fighter. So some people might know him. But he's been fighting... Oh, he was in Bellator for a little bit. But yeah, he's been fighting mainly in Asia. And offshore from North America. It was a good event. It was on YouTube. And their production is fucking great. The only complaint that I had is when the announcers screamed, they didn't have like a compressor, so it was pretty loud. But besides for that, like the actual video production and all that was amazing. It was better than Bellator. I'm not even kidding. They had screens and stuff. It was pretty good. And they told you who had the tape colored, it said blue or red, and you knew the names. Like Bellator doesn't even have that.
Bellator doesn't do that on Spike TV?
No, Bellator is just a clock.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like old school UFC clock.
Mm-hmm.
And that's honestly most of the MMA, to be honest. UFC is the only one that really does that color thing. It's not even the gloves anymore. It's the short colors now.
Yeah.
All right, and then I also watched Invicta FC 24 on Saturday night. That's the all ladies fighting league. That was okay. I didn't watch all of it. I tuned in, I think 4 fights in. Jinyu Fry versus Ashley Cummins was probably the best fight. It went back and forth. Jinyu Fry won the last 2 rounds, I would say, but that second round was really close too. And Jinyu Fry though got cut very badly in the first round, and I might have stopped it, but they did not stop it. So yeah, that's the gist of Invicta on Saturday, and then UFC had an event on Sunday night or Sunday afternoon even.
Yeah.
Started at 12 if you started on Fight Pass. So, I did watch the whole event actually. Started off with Leslie.
I did not.
Leslie
I only watched
Smith.
the last 2 or 3.
I watched the whole goddamn thing. The crowd was pretty crazy. Glasgow was insane. I'm not too surprised because it's Scotland and they go crazy over everything. So it wasn't too surprising. But there wasn't anybody on the card that was really like, holy shit.
Yeah, that's kind of why I wasn't.
Amazing. Like, even if you were Scottish, like, there was a few guys. But, like, even the main event, Gunner's not fucking Scottish. Fucking Icelandic.
Yeah.
So, he's still close, but he's not theirs.
Well, JoJo was the
JoJo. So, I want to say every single Scottish person on this card lost. I could be wrong about that, but I want to say they all lost.
Yeah, well, yeah. To the point, I think the last 2 fights were the only 2 that I really watched. Like, JoJo, I don't want to say won that fight, but a couple of the judges, I think 2 of the judges scored at 30-27 for the other fighter, and I do not agree with that whatsoever.
I could see that. The 29-28 is what I gave it, but I could see the 30-27.
Yeah, but that second round was all like JoJo got punched twice in the face, and then the other 4 minutes and 50 seconds was all her. So I don't understand how that second round was not given.
I think that she just looked bad all around. And she missed weight too. Like,
yes, she missed weight. That's,
what was it, 2 pounds?
Yeah, 2 pounds over the max. So 116. So
Yeah.
she was 3 pounds over the 115.
Yes.
Which she's fairly tall and large.
Well, she's
so-
tall and she just moved down. So.
No, she was always at 115.
Was she?
Yeah. Well, she was on the show for 115.
Okay, so I guess she's gonna move up to 125.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Because she did a catch weight at 120, I think, was one of her fights.
I got that
And
confused.
she looked quite good at 125. Even this fight, she looked. The weird thing is the girl she was fighting took a lot of fucking punishment. She took a lot of clean shots and just kept moving forward. So I don't know if JoJo's stopping power is not really there, or if that chick was just fucking brute forcing it and just pushing through and not giving a shit.
It could just be due to size too. I feel like 115. There's not too many knockouts at that division.
True.
Like even with the champion.
Yeah. Well, Joanna typically does shit by head kick or something like that. If it's a knockout or TKO.
And it's not early either. Like it's after a bunch of damage too.
She's
so
done kind of both, but
so, and then we might as well just talk about the main event. Gunner was doing this little silly like, look at me, I'm in my cool stance, and he got caught. Like that's pretty much what it came down to. He seemed really fucking confident for a dude that is not super amazing on his feet.
Nope. Ow. I don't fully understand the whole concept or the whole push behind Gunner. Because like
I kind of get it. He especially if you're gonna
look at who he's fought.
Oh no! I get it. But you need names for the European cards, and he's one of the dudes where you could just put him on a European card, and everybody's gonna go insane. Is this Icelandic motherfucker's just gonna come in and wreck people? But he hasn't really done that.
It's because they place him against he's like a top 10 fighter, and they're putting him against unranked fighters, and that's why he wins. As soon as they put him against a ranked fighter, he loses.
Mm-hmm. And Santiago Ponzinibbio was what ranked? Was it like 13 or something?
Yeah,
11.
Sounds about right.
It was around there. It was not last, but yeah.
He's now 8th.
Yeah, he took the place of.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yes.
Did he go down to 11 or something?
I'm just gonna check that, but
the fight was good. Nelson
for
landed
the minute and a half it was going on for.
Yeah, it was not very long. The thing is, Nelson just looked way too confident. Like he was kind of doing a Connor thing. It was like a semi karate stance, but not kind of.
Yeah, so
really.
Gunner went down 3 to 11th, and Santiago went up 6 to 8th.
I see. Yeah, and then there was a punch. Gunner turned around. It looked kind of weird because he went like around Santiago. Like he was walking forward and then he got hit.
Well, I'm pretty sure he was unconscious 3 times in that match.
Well, it wasn't that first punch because he was still up on his feet and he kind of like spinned around Ponzinibbio. And then when he spun around, Ponzinibbio was like behind him kind of. It was weird. That first punch that landed was weird.
Yeah, but he went... I guess he got thrown up against the cage and then hit.
Oh, yeah. That was after that. The cage
and
stuff was all after that.
And then got knocked out again, and then the fight was over. So he was out twice.
Yes.
Before the fight ended.
Yes, and the third time he was out.
Yeah.
If that cage would not have been there, it could have been worse.
Yes.
Could have been worse.
Yeah, probably would have been.
Because he was out. He was falling backwards like full blown.
Yeah.
So yeah, in other matches, Paul Felder defeated Stevie Ray, and Stevie Ray is one of the local dudes. So Paul Felder was getting booed like a motherfucker, but he came on after the fight. So by the way, he won via elbows. It's pretty devastating. This is all Paul Felder for the 4 minutes. Stevie Ray didn't really have a chance. So
RDA has gone up to welterweight.
Maybe. So Paul Felder, anyways. So after this fight, he came up and his interview was. My dad, this has been crazy because my dad died last week. I think it was last week, he said. He died recently from cancer. And he managed to turn the crowd around, and they were cheering him by the end. He was like, You guys in Scotland are awesome. Stevie Ray is awesome. Everything's awesome. This has been the best week of my life despite my dad dying, and you guys treated me awesome. This is amazing. And everybody was cheering by the end of it. Like they were all massively booing, like, fuck this dude. He beat Stevie Ray. And it was just, they were crazy cheering him after. So he turned face right there. Wrestling. We experienced it. Jack Marshman defeated Ryan James. Ryan James, Canadian. He did not look very good in this fight. I would say that he maybe won the first, but or was it the third? Maybe no, the first. I would say the first he looked pretty good, and then after that was all Jack Marshman. His superior boxing skills came out.
Yeah, I'll give him this. He can take a fucking punch.
Ryan James?
Yeah.
He got destroyed.
Yeah. Well, that's what I like. Yeah, he can take a punch.
Well, Jack Marshman...
he took a lot of punches.
Jack Marshman's UFC debut, he fucking destroyed whoever that dude was. I forget who it was. Magnus Sedenbland.
But, like, the strikes are actually indicating that Ryan James had more, but it, like, the
Did he land
intensity
more
of his shot...
percentage?
No, he landed his percentage... Yeah, he landed more percentage and more strikes.
Yeah, but Jack Marshman just landed more tough strikes, I guess.
Yeah, like the significant strikes were far more significant.
Well, that's what I would say is that the first round, Ryan James landed more, and Jack got a few
They
kicks
won the set. It was
what round was it?
Come on. Load, you piece of shit.
I want to say
so it was 24-25 for Jack.
Yeah.
And then 23-18, and then 28-40. So Ryan James definitely seemed to take the third round in number of strikes landed by a fair bit.
I was trying to remember who got
remembered
tired.
Is that right?
I guess it was Jack.
He was still when he connected, they seemed to stop, like they didn't like drop him or anything like that, but he seemed to like take it and then come back, it and come back, opposed to just being able to walk through them. And that's kind of what I remember of the fight.
Yeah. Khalil Roundtree defeated Paul Gregg. This fight was not that great except for the KO, which just came out of nowhere at the end of the fight. At the end of the first round, I should say. So yeah. Besides that, though, the only real highlight that I can point out to is welterweight Galore Buffando. He defeated Charlie Ward. Did you see that KO?
No.
So Charlie Ward, I guess he was coming in for a clinch or some shit, and Galore was like, "Fuck that!" and he threw him down straight onto his head, and he got knocked out.
Definitely did not see that.
It was fucking amazing. Look it up right now. Galore Buffando. I'm sure if you Google his name, that's the first thing that's going to come up right now. It was goddamn amazing. Esther Lynn over at MMA Fighting, she's their photographer. She got an image of the minute his face hit the mat. And it's the best picture ever. I'm sure if you Google Buffando, that will also be a picture that comes up with him. Fuck, that was amazing. I love slam KOs, and that was one of them. The punches that landed after the slam, to be honest, unneeded. I guess that the ref just didn't really see that he was out during the slam, but he was very clearly out. So yeah, as I squeak my chair over here, that's the results.
Holy shit, that had to hurt the neck.
Oh, that was like imagine a WWE match where they were both going in for a move and they just fucked it up. He just fucked it up. He was thinking they were doing another move, and oh shit, I'm on my face now. I'm dead. Whoops. All right, so that UFC Fight Night on TV, the main card did 402,000 viewers, and it peaked at 496,000 viewers during the main event, which was super short.
Yeah.
So if it would have been a bit longer, it could have been a little bit higher, but there you go. And then I watched Dana White's Tuesday Night Contenders series, week number 2. The only real highlight to point out here is that Sean O'Malley got a contract by KOing Alfred Kazakhanian, and my God, Alfred just did not seem to want to go down, but eventually Sean O'Malley was just like, fuck it, I'm killing you, and he did it. because the whole first round was just Sean O'Malley just head kicking him, punching him in the head. It was pretty brutal. And Sean O'Malley got the contract. He went to talk with Snoop during the main event in the Snoop cast, which is how I watched that event. Drinking that gin and juice on that thing with Uriah Faber. Smoking them blunts. This week it was right off the bat, right at the beginning. He's just smoking a blunt. The first week it was like right at the end. He's just like, okay, I gotta smoke a blunt now. But this week he was just, oh fuck it, I'm good now. All right, so that was the MMA that happened over the last week. As for now, we're going to go to news. Jermaine Durandamy is going to face Marion Renault at UFN Rotterdam.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So Jermaine Durandamy is going back to 135, right? 135.
Right.
Yes. Yes, and Rotterdam is in September 2nd.
Okay.
Struve versus Volkov is the main event of that card. Not bad.
Yeah.
Anderson Silva wants a rematch with Nick Diaz. Okay. No. Nobody wants to see that. I don't want to see that. The first fight was okay, but
I don't. Why does he want a rematch with Nick?
Because it's
he won
probably going to be.
not?
I think. Yes, he did, but it's probably going to be more money than
No, but
fights.
No. He got popped or something like that, didn't he? Because he was suspended after that.
Maybe. So it's a no contest now.
Yeah.
Cool. So I had a picture of John Jones. He posted on Instagram, but for some reason it's not loading in my stuff. So I had to, whatever.
So that was the Cormier weigh-in.
Yeah. He
thing,
was.
yeah.
Yes, he.
Doing the towel.
Yeah, and then he hashtagged it like a fucking cheater or something like that. It was explicit. You knew who it was about. It's pretty funny. So yeah, go check. You should follow him on Instagram. He's pretty funny. There's a few UFC fighters that their Instagram are pretty fucking great. So go check that out if you are into fighting and all that good stuff. Ultimate Fight Night Pittsburgh, September 16th. Got 2 new fights. Thiago Alves versus Mike Perry. That's gonna be good. They might gas out before the end of that fight, but that's going to be good. And Hector Lombard versus Anthony Smith. I feel like Hector is going to roll through some Anthony Smith. Interestingly enough, September 16th is also the night of Canelo Alvarez versus Gennady Golovkin.
Lamar hasn't done very much recently, so I don't know how that's actually going to...
Well, who was his last fight against? It wasn't against Henderson, was it?
I can't remember. It may have been even at 170.
I don't remember who his last opponent was. So Gokhan Saki is going to make his UFC debut. The kickboxer going to make his UFC debut against Henrique da Silva in Japan, September 23rd. Saitama Super Arena. That's probably not a pay-per-view. No, not a pay-per-view. So yeah, Joe Rogan not going to be there. I know he loves Japan, but he's probably not going to be there.
No, he's not going overseas anymore.
I bet he would do a pay-per-view that had a good main event and
maybe
wasn't somewhere that he enjoyed.
No, he lost to Johnny Hendricks at some point in time.
Oh yeah, that's right. No, that did happen. That totally happened. I remember.
In February.
No, that was recent. Yeah, that was not too long ago because people were like, "Oh my god, maybe he's coming back," but then he lost after that. He missed weight and then he lost. Okay, Oklahoma Commission denied Michael Chiesa's appeal of his loss to Kevin Lee. Mario Yamasaki though has not appeared in anything. I have not seen Mario Yamasaki since that fight. So there you go. But I'm not surprised that they didn't reverse it. That's not surprising at all. So yesterday at ACB 64 at Antalya, Turkey, ACB is the Russian fighting. So some dude, Nashko Galayev, was choked out by his opponent, Denis Mutsek, and the ref, for some reason, didn't stop it. And then it went on to the second round, and then the dude got choked out, got this knee KO right there. So that was a weird thing that happened over the week. And we also have another video here of a vicious soccer kick in Japan. Right there. Hiruto Yusaka won the bantamweight championship, I think, in Deep. Deep is what it's called. But yeah, there you go. 2 crazy things that happened. Alvarez and Gaethje are going to be the coaches on Tough 26. And are going to fight against each other at the end. And this is for the women's 125 belt. Begins airing August 30th. Fox Sports 1. TSN, whatever the hell, channel 5 probably here. That's okay. Gaethje's injured. He's probably not going to be able to fight for another 6 months, whatever his suspension was anyways. So, yeah.
Sorry, what? He got a suspension for what?
For being injured.
Oh?
Guys get suspensions after fights if they're injured. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he got punched a lot in that fight, so he got some damage. I mean, this keeps Gaethje in the public eye, at least, and he doesn't need to fight, which is probably what he wants to do anyways. So it's probably a good thing for him. I don't know how I feel about this at the end of the day. Alvarez and Gaethje is going to be a great fight. That's for fucking sure. You got the dude from Bellator who just goes out there and swings. And you got the dude from World Series of Fighting that just goes out there and swings. So just going to be fucking 2 dudes just going at it. This fight's going to be insane. But I don't know how I feel about them being tough coaches. Have they indicated
what this is, if this is going to be for interim, or I guess they haven't really dated when that fight's actually happening?
No, the actual fight, I don't really know. Yeah.
And so it's airing August 30th.
Yeah, though they're filming right now.
Do they have a cast out for women?
I think so, yeah. I think they already announced that a while ago.
Well, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, because Joanne Calderwood wanted to be in it, and she wasn't. I'm pretty sure they announced that list a while ago, and I'm pretty sure we talked about it. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure we talked about it.
There's nothing on Wiki of the fighters.
We'll find out soon enough if they didn't, but I'm pretty sure they did. So there's 2 title fights at UFC 215 in Edmonton. Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson is going to fight Raid the Taz Mexican Devil Borg. And Nunez versus Shevchenko also on this card. So there you go. We have 2 main events. Now we just got to fill in the rest of the card, which looks okay. UFC 215 looks okay.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they've released who the fighters are.
Mm-hmm. Nobody's going to buy 215, but the actual event looks okay. Because if anybody's going to buy a UFC pay-per-view right now, it's going to be 214, and nobody's going to buy anything else.
Amanda Nunes and yeah.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
I'm not saying I don't want to watch those fights, but actually buying a pay-per-view.
Well, let's talk about pay-per-view numbers right now. UFC 213 on July 8th has estimated between 125,000 and 150,000 pay-per-view buys. So that's not a lot.
That's really shitty. No,
that's not a lot. And then the Bellator NYC pay-per-view from June 24th has estimated between 90 and 130,000 buys, which is not bad, but it's not great. The Rampage Jackson versus King Mo card, I think sold 110,000. So it's right there.
Sorry, wait, what?
Bellator, their first pay-per-view.
I didn't know that was a pay-per-view, that fight.
Oh, that was a pay-per-view, baby.
Oh, God.
The co-main event was Chandler versus Alvarez. That fight was fucking amazing, but not so much Rampage and King Mo.
Oh, yeah. No, that...
No, it's amazing that I thought for sure Bellator NYC would sell more than that card at least. But
so how many?
Seems like it's about the same.
Yeah, the New York's that's weird.
The weird thing is that it's a weird time for pay-per-view right now. It's a weird time for pay-per-view right now.
Yeah,
because you have that Conor and Floyd thing where everybody's gonna buy that. I don't care who you are, people are gonna buy that. They're just gonna do it. It's just going to be impulse buy the day of. Oh fuck, this fight's on. Everybody's been talking about. I'll buy it. Sure, why not? Straight up, that's just going to happen. And it's the same with UFC 214. Like that's less than a month away. Or is it a month away now? So I think it's a month away now.
214?
Yes.
Is in 2 weeks.
Oh, it's in 2 weeks. Yeah, no, that's right. It is in 2 weeks.
It's
that's
on
right.
the 29th.
There's a free event this weekend, and then
so it's not. It's 10 days.
So it's not even
10 days.
Yeah, and the buzz isn't that big for that fight. The only
really.
people I hear talking about it are fans of the UFC, which is, man, that 214 card is fucking stacked.
Yes, especially with the Lawler and Cowboy being rescheduled for 214.
Well, there's that. Let's just go through that card. This weekend there's Weidman and Gastelum. We'll talk about that soon.
Which I don't give a shit.
That's free. I'll watch it. Oh yeah, so there's Chris Cyborg is fighting Tanya Ebinger, and then Jimmy Manuwa versus Volkan Ozdemir. That's the whole main event card there. Oh, Tyrone Woodley, Damian Maya. That is the co-main event. And then even on the undercard, there's Aljamain Sterling versus Henan Barao. That should be a good fight. Ricardo Lamas versus Jason Knight. That should also be a good fight. So, yeah, that whole card.
Yeah, that whole card looks pretty good.
And Josh Berkman is starting against Drew Dober. I mean, that's not going to be super amazing, but it has potential to be something for a first fight of the night anyways. All right. So Doo Ho Choi has been injured, and he is going to he's going to be replaced with Calvin Kattar, newly signed UFC fighter. And he's fighting against Andre Fili at 214. That's a shame. All the Korean dudes that I want to see always keep getting injured.
I don't see that.
It's after the Conor McGregor thing. So yeah, Conor McGregor, after the world tour, he dropped to less than 4-1 underdog, which is that's insane.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane. But you know why? It's because everybody's putting their money on him.
Yeah, because they think he's got the puncher's chance or whatever.
If I were to bet on this fight, I would never bet on Floyd. You would have to put down so much money.
Yeah, to actually win anything.
Yeah. So I understand.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, the size difference, I think, is like, I don't know how much faster Mayweather's actually going to be. Is the interesting thing is that McGregor's quite quick, and if he connects, he's going to knock his fucking head off. The thing is, can he connect? It's just, you're talking about like a 41-year-old dude versus a 29-year-old guy that's in his prime, that's can hit like a fucking Mack truck with his left hand, and it comes down to like how different his stance is going to be if Mayweather can actually comprehend what the fuck's going to happen beforehand and train for that. It's just McGregor, is he going to go out there and try to box with him, or is he going to try to do a Muay Thai stance? Is he going to try to do a karate stance? What the fuck is he going to do? So I think McGregor actually has a much better chance of doing something than a lot of the boxer analysts are actually giving him.
How awesome would it be if he came on and did karate stance in a boxing match? God, that'd be so ridiculous.
What the fuck is going to happen? I think the first thing he's going to do is going to slam down, go into that karate stance, and just do the old fucking Irish stance and just say, "Bring it, motherfucker, bring it." And I honestly just don't know what the fuck. Like,
well, that's the thing is, if he does do that, I don't think that Floyd's going to be baited by it. He's just going to stand on the outside and just do this fucking little dance thing the whole fucking time until Conor decides to come in and try to land something. So I don't think that he's ever going to bait him like that in this fight.
Yeah, but that's just going to be more for the fans and shit like that.
No, for sure. It's going to be entertaining as fuck.
He's probably going to do that.
Oh, he's going to be entertaining. I'm going to look at it and be like, fuck yeah. Oh, that's so amazing for like 2 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't. It comes down to his stance and stuff like that. Of just, if Mayweather is training to fight a boxer or if he's training to fight McGregor, and what the fuck is McGregor doing? But
McGregor's
yeah.
training with some people.
And apparently he's getting his ass kicked horribly. So,
you gotta go through that. I guess I don't know. He's 0-0.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there was reports of Stipe Miocic versus Cain Velasquez for UFC 216, but that does not appear to be happening because Stipe is not happy with his contract, and he's not going to fight until he gets that resolved. It seems.
Okay.
Also, it
Whatever
seems like
that means.
Cain's back is not fully healed. So,
Yeah, that's what I would definitely.
Well, Stipe has been unhappy with his last few fights because all of his opponents made more money than he did.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's all he wants. He just wants to make more than his opponent at this point. Which makes sense. I mean,
I don't know how that would work directly.
He's a champion, and he's been the champion for a while.
Have a new contract once you become champion. That's how I understood it working.
Well, I'm sure you get this bonus pay-per-view points and shit, and I'm sure it increases. But guys have more pay without the belt to begin with. So.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like if you are Alistair Overeem or something like that, you do have that name.
Well, who's the
so
last two dudes he fought? Was it JDS? No.
Overeem he knocked out. He knocked out Verdum to get, and then JDS.
Yeah, so I guess Verdum too makes a good amount of money.
But Verdum was the champion.
He was a champion, yes.
And then he got knocked out.
Okay, so he was complaining about JDS and Alistair.
JDS and Overeem, their names. They've been around for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
They likely signed new contracts when they became.
I don't know if JDS deserves that much money, to be honest.
Yeah, okay, it does. I don't know what he's actually getting, so that's kind
not
of
over Stipe Miocic at this point. That's for sure. So I kind of understand where Stipe is coming from, like the Alistair Overeem thing. Yeah, sure, but when it happens two times in a row. I would be pissed too.
Well, I don't know exactly what. Like I thought you signed a new or had a new contract written up once you're champion for those championship fights. Now I don't know if that's for base pay or if that's just for the pay-per-view buys. Like I don't know how that fully works.
We don't really know we don't know if he had fights left at all or anything. We have no idea. That's the fucked up thing about contracts. You don't know much, and the fighters don't really want to talk about it either. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the big problem is that a lot of this shit is all hidden.
Mm-hmm. Well, so when I first heard the story, it was after I heard of Brock Lesnar. So I thought that maybe Stipe was just holding out for a Brock Lesnar fight.
Dude, he would destroy Brock. Because that's fucking horrible. That's
in the news right now. Is apparently a lot of people thought that Brock Lesnar was re-entering the USADA testing pool, and the UFC vice president of athlete health and performance, Jeff Nowitzki, said no. And if he does come back, he still has to serve 6 months of his suspension.
Yeah.
Because his suspension is frozen because he retired and is out of the testing pool. You have to be in the testing pool to
actually have the suspension continue. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Same thing with Frank Mir. He got released from the UFC last week and he is no longer in the testing pool. So if he does ever come back to the UFC, he still has 8 months or something like that. His suspension. So he's not coming back. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Brock. If Brock is done with the WWE and then he comes back to the UFC full time, I'm kind of into that. But if he stays in the UFC and the WWE at the same time,
the issues, I think he's too old.
He is too old.
But
is he 40 right now?
He's over 40.
41?
I think he's 43.
Is he really that old? I want to say he was 40, but yeah, you might be right. No, he's 40. He just turned 40 on the 12th. Happy birthday, Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, okay.
You crazy, kind of racist, farming, hunting dude. But he keeps it mostly to himself, so it's cool. It's cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm cool with him coming back. There's been rumors of him facing Johnny Bones Jones.
God, he would get his ass raped.
I know, he would get his butt destroyed against pretty much anybody of real talent right now. So, but that John Jones fight would sell a lot. Holy fuck, it would sell a lot. That would be the one UFC fight I think that they could make right now and people would be interested outside of Conor. Because even GSP right now, GSP sure, I'm sure a lot of Canadians will fucking up be rocking that day. But nah, GSP. And even who does he fight? It's Bisping still?
Yeah, I don't know.
I assume that fight might still happen.
I really don't know what the fuck. Because, like they did, like, I have no idea why the fuck they did that conference thing without actually having anything signed. That was just stupid.
That's the UFC for you.
Have they ever actually done that before?
No, I don't think so. And if they have, it went successfully. Yeah. And we did not hear about it.
It's, like they wanted to fight in, like the UFC wanted him to fight in September and he didn't want to fight until October.
No, they wanted him to fight in July. Dude, they wanted him to fight on this weekend's UFC. Yeah, that was the original plan. This UFC this past weekend was fucked. It got fucked over all the way around. Not just Shevchenko and Nunes. But
that was 2 weeks ago. But yeah.
Oh, 2 weeks ago. Yeah. The pay-per-view 2 weeks ago. Whatever. Yeah. Man, that pay-per-view just got fucked up the whole time. That was TJ Dillashaw too, and versus they wanted to put Demetrius Johnson on that card.
That was the thought. I don't know if
that was the thought after really... Garbrandt dropped, right? Yeah. So there's so many fights on that card that got dropped.
Yeah.
When you think about it in retrospect, it's crazy. All right. So the events this weekend, there's an LFA 17 tomorrow. No real names on it. Just watch it. It's pretty good. It's on Access Television. And if you have Fight Network, it's on Fight Network here. All right. I should hit in Canada. I'm sure it's on Fight Network in other places too. The channel is international. Anyways, and then the UFC has an event on Saturday. It's on a Fox. One of the weakest looking Fox cards, to be honest. Not super excited for anything. Chris Weidman versus Kelvin Gastelum is the main event. Darren Elkins versus Dennis Bermudez. That fight's going to be good, but I'm not excited for it. Jan Vellante versus Patrick Cummins. I hope all the New Yorkers just lose. How about that? How about that, New York? Hope you guys all lose in New York so I can have fun like I did with the Scottish card this weekend.
Gastelum, I don't know.
Well, if Chris Weidman loses to Kelvin Gastelum, Jesus
I know
Christ,
that's really fucking bad.
Bad for Weidman. He's on a slip for sure.
I think they might even cut him.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if you can do that. Because if you let go Chris Weidman and he goes to Bellator, that's a dude from New York. They could do another New York event with him.
Okay, yeah, but he lost to Rockhold horribly.
Yes.
He lost to Yair Romero horribly.
Yes.
And then he tried playing chicken against
a now Bellator fighter.
Mousasi,
yes.
Again, yeah, so like
that
so
would
he
be
goes
a
over
good
to
fight
Bellator
for Bellator to do.
rematch.
Yes. Yes. Because that's the fight that should have happened.
Because I think like he lost himself. Like those were perfectly legal knees. So go fuck yourself.
Oh yeah,
the fight was over.
It should have been over, but that would have been a good rematch to have in the UFC.
Yeah, because this is calling it up as a TKO. Opposed to,
yes.
I thought it was called a non-contest.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Good.
He got the win. Yes, he left the UFC with a win.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fucked.
So,
and
like, if he loses to Gastelum, man, I really think he should be cut. Because what the fuck?
Dude,
for how much he's getting paid? You know how much he's getting paid? Like, he's getting paid like
this dude beat
a fight.
Silva, dude. This dude is the legend killer. Gotta keep that in mind. Huh?
So he beat Silva when he was like 41, 42 years old.
Twice.
Like, technically, he didn't really.
Oh no, he beat him, dude. His leg was tougher than his opponent's leg. Okay, that's a win.
Silva kicked his knee so hard that he broke his own leg. Yeah.
The fucking thing is, you could tell his leg hurt after the first round. He probably should have just stopped kicking.
Yeah.
Probably should just stop
I
kicking.
think that is what he fractured his leg on the first kick and then completely shattered it in the second.
Oh, because you could tell his leg was fucked up. Just the way that he was walking. It's just, okay. Something happened. And then, blah. Oh, God. It literally wrapped around his leg.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Brutal.
But, yeah, like Silva was, I think, 41 at the time. No, I guess he would have been about 40.
Mm-hmm. Again, look, there's nothing on this card this weekend that is super amazing, but it could just blow us out of the water and be amazing. You never know. There's always those events.
Like you do have those cards that like there are
like Orion LaFleur. He's okay. He's an okay fighter. I could see his fight being all right, but I just could go either way. And then there's also another freaking Russian event happening on YouTube. ACB 65 is on July 22nd. So that's during the day before UFC. And the main event is Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva's in, he's going to be in, this event is in England. There you go. So a Russian, is this the Chechenian company? Oh, this might be Chechnya. Anyways. Thiago Silva versus Batraz Agnev. And Pat Healy's also on this card. Jesus Christ. These Americans and Brazilians that don't have anywhere to fight anymore. Going to Chechnya and Russia. Russia I don't mind as much. Chechnya's fucked. Like Russia I like Putin's pretty fucked up, but he's pretty democratic. He's more fucking presidential than fucking Donald Trump. He puts on that appearance better than fucking Donald Trump. No?
I don't know what you mean by that.
Like he seems more presidential. He wears suits. The way he conducts himself in public.
That wouldn't be the right.
Well, the way he conducts himself in public seems very all right. He said some stuff that's bad, but when he shows up on a podium,
stuff?
yes, but when he shows up to a podium, it's not just. He tries to actually help people, which is more than I can say for Trump right now. It's a weird thing with him. I know he's fucked up, but his outer image to me is a little bit better than Donald Trump. He fights. He can fucking flip people over him and do some judo. He's cooler than Trump. That's for sure. He's definitely cooler. He's still fucked up. But it's totally different from Trump. Everything is better than Trump. The level of fuck. I don't know.
Well, his ability of public speaking is significantly better than Trump's, yes. So the way he can gauge an audience and bring them onto his side is something
that Trump doesn't have. Trump doesn't give a shit if you're not on his side.
Trump, I guess, goes towards the crowd, like does what the crowd wants him to do, or something like that, and
he
Putin
does what he
actually
thinks people want him to do.
Yeah, and then Putin brings the crowd to him. It's very similar to what Hitler did.
Dude, it's an interesting fucking time we live in. Because then you look at Canada with fucking Justin Trudeau, and it's like the total fucking opposite of everything that's going on.
There's a very strong similarity between Putin and Hitler.
Oh, sure.
And a lot of the decisions and things they've made as well have been very similar-ish in certain aspects and things as well.
Oh yeah, no. They've been doing some fucked up shit with small businesses in Russia.
Well, a lot. Yeah, not even. Well, just even the shit they've been doing outside of Russia is.
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah.
No, they just seem like they can just take whatever they want whenever they want.
Yeah.
Yep, we're taking this now. This is ours. But yeah, it's their fucked up is on another level than our fucked up. Like Donald Trump is like, okay, we're taking away healthcare. That's a different kind of fucked up.
Yeah, but he's not getting that pass though, so he's not.
Eventually, it's not. It's definitely not going to stay how it is right now. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I agree there is a lot of issues with the way it is right now, but I don't know. Like he's tried 3 presidential things to get rid of it or to reassess it, and they've all been turned over by the Senate.
What if Trump just did what Putin did and found like a loophole, and he just like became like the prime minister of the United States, and which was like higher ranked than the president?
Yeah, I don't know.
He would be the one to do it.
The thing is, I don't think he has the military support to be able to do that. Putin had the military support.
I guess so.
Um,
I kind of know more about Chechnya because that dude is fucked up. What's his fucking name? It's a weird name. Is it a prime minister or whatever the fuck Chechnya?
Have
president.
No
I don't remember. But that dude's fucked up.
Minister.
That dude is straight up fucked up. That dude is like he's like a Donald Trump of Russia, but it's Chechnya. You know, it's right there. But yeah, he's like redneck. He's like redneck Putin. He does not like gay people. He does not like any other race beside himself. He doesn't like other religions. He does like that guy is just straight up fucked up, and he will talk about it. He doesn't give a fuck what you think. So that's what I mean by Putin. Like right. Putin's outer appearance is more presidential, more professional. Let's say. He when he does talk shit, it's like, oh, maybe you shouldn't say that about the gays. But you look at him and you go like, oh, well no, he's calm.
Putin said a lot of shit about gays.
Putin's fucked up. Yes, I know. That's what I'm saying. But when he's saying it, he's calm and collective. But you go like, maybe you shouldn't have said that. But when you listen to Donald Trump and what's the fucking Chechen dude's name? He's like a fat dude with a beard and he runs an MMA thing too. I want to say it maybe is the ACB. No. What's this? Oh, Ramzan Kadyrov. He was on HBO this weekend, and he was saying, if we do have, well, he said, we don't have gay men here, and if we do, we'll send them all to Canada. Here's the weird thing about, okay, I'm just going to say this, and it's probably not going to be very popular of an opinion. But if you're gay, do you have the right to have a kid? Is having a kid a right? You know what I mean? Like when you're two gay guys or two gay females, you should legally probably not be allowed to have a girl or a little guy. That's just, you know? And a lot of people go like, but why? Why shouldn't they? Biologically, you shouldn't.
Yeah, no. But obviously, they're not having a child.
Oh no, yeah,
raising
I know.
A child.
And look. Two dads.
The thing is, single person can adopt someone.
Oh, for sure, and they probably shouldn't be allowed to, either.
There are a lot of things that they have to provide. Financial statements saying that like they can actually provide into this. Two
dads and two moms is better than one mom or one dad. I'm not going to argue against that. But one mom and one dad is probably the best thing for a kid.
Sorry, say that again?
A mom and a dad is probably the best thing for a kid.
It definitely gives them the most insight. But yes, if you have two moms or two dads,
it's not necessarily a terrible thing. It's just there's some things that kids just pick up from their mom, and there's some things that they pick up from their dad.
The thing is, even within the homosexual relationship, there will be a male figure and then a female figure.
Sure, but that's not entirely the same.
Correct.
You're not. There's no boobs on a guy that can lactate after.
Yes, but
birth.
there's boobs on the dude that's 480 pounds on the corner. Like,
yeah, but it's not lactating after birth.
So what does
there's a connection that a mom has with a kid that a fucking guy will never understand. Never. Even if you're a super feminine gay guy.
That's the mother. That's the birth mother.
Yes.
With the child.
Yeah, but
not
no,
the
even
child.
No, but even
mother.
an adoptive mom, would understand. More than a dude.
I don't know about that.
Well, because I don't understand bleeding out of a vagina. So, that's a little bit more than what a guy would understand.
Like, I agree with the mother to the child. There's a different bond, but that doesn't directly correlate.
I'm just arguing that a mom and a dad is the best thing to have. That's all.
Dude, no, it's not. Not necessarily. It depends on the individuals, because there's people that should not have kids. That
100%.
But then you're talking.
Let's say everything is optimal. A mom and a dad is the best. Especially for girls, dude. If you have two moms, you're gonna be fucked up. You're gonna grow up hating dudes your whole fucking life.
That's not true. Not like.
Because, dude, there's the first dude that you're going to fall in love with, that's going to be your dude, and he's going to fuck you up. There's no way that you're going to marry and fall in love with the first dude. And if you do, then good. That's not how it usually goes. That's usually not how it goes. And you're normally awesome. But that first dude is going to fuck her up, and she's going to not like dudes after that.
Huh?
Look, just love your girl. Just keep loving your girl and being there for her. Just keep doing that. I'm not really arguing against it either. I'm just saying that it's better to have a mom and dad. At the end of the day, if everything was perfect, mom and a dad. Especially even if you're a dude, if you don't have a mom, my relationship with girls is weird, and I have a fucking mom that I love that's amazing, and I fucking talk with her all the time, and she's and even girlfriends' moms, I fucking love them. So, like, yeah, I don't know.
Okay, because I don't get along with my parents whatsoever, and it's a
Look, there's plenty of people that don't have parents that they love, and they're perfectly fine.
I didn't say I'm perfectly fine.
Well, they seem perfectly fine, which is enough. It's more than other people. Anyways, I don't even know how I got into this. Chechnya. Yeah, Chechnya's bad. Just look, gay people are fine. Gay relationships with babies are fine. I'm not going to argue that you can't have a kid. Like, whatever. Anybody can have a kid. I don't give a shit at the end of the day. But a mom and a dad is probably the way to go.
Well, yeah. The argument or the discussion started on the whole right of having a child. Is it a right, or is it... The thing is, it should be a right, but it's not.
No, well...
Because
it kind of is.
People,
it kind of is between a man and a woman, but
no, you can adopt. You can do all sorts of shit, even as a single parent or whatever.
And back in the day, you could have just stolen a kid, like, and nothing stopped you.
I'm sure people did.
And people probably still do right now.
Well, the thing is, if you don't get custody or whatever, people steal their kid and run away and go somewhere else.
Bad situations. I would argue that gay people with kids are better than the people that would rob a child and go elsewhere. Unless the situation is super bad. But even then, I don't know. Man, moving around is also not good for a kid. Especially if you do it all the time. Like, if you do it once or twice, that's fine. But every year, I know some people that just moved every year. Every fucking year their parents moved. Some kids can handle it. Most cannot.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
hard, man. It's hard being a fucking new kid. It's not
You're
easy.
talking at school.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, well, school is going to be the hard part. Like you can move and be with your parents, and that's going to be fine. But adjusting to life when you move is hard when you're a kid. Being a kid is hard. You don't realize it. It's easy. You don't have much responsibility, but man, there's a lot of head shit going on when you're a kid. You think about a lot of dumb shit when you're a kid that you don't think about at all when you're an adult. Do you think about anything now? I don't think about anything now. Just like, it's life.
Sure.
When I was a kid, I was like, oh God, what does he think about me? I hope he really liked me after that I talked with him. Now it's like, who fucking cares if you like me?
I didn't go through that shit whatsoever.
I guess I kind of didn't, but at the same time, it was always in the back of my mind when I was a kid. Now it's like, I got rejected by that girl. Who cares? I'll be okay. Yes, the married guy does not understand that.
No, not really. Rejected by a girl? I don't actually know what you're talking about.
To be honest, I don't really understand being rejected by girls either because I don't really approach girls too much. I let them come to me. And then by the time they come to me, I already know they're interested. So then I can ask them out and I already know that the answer is going to be yes. That's usually how I roll.
I didn't, all in all, really care.
I mean, neither. That was my... I probably should have cared. I probably should have. It would have probably made high school easier in terms of getting girls. Because I didn't give a shit about girls actually in high school. So actually, you know what? No, never mind. No, I was okay doing what I was doing in high school, playing hockey and wrestling and playing cards and playing video games.
Yeah, I don't know. I had my high school was fun. I don't know.
Me too. And there were some girls that were just like I said. I usually let the girls come to me, and there was definitely girls that were interested. But I don't know. I just never really went for it in high school.
Well, there was issues with any of the girls that liked me. I had issues with them.
I kind of understand that. Yeah, for sure.
Well, especially in the last 2 years or whatever. Like there was one girl we liked each other. She was Muslim. I was not. Was not going to work out. We discussed that. It was not going to work out.
Probably not. Your views are probably very different.
Not all in all. Like she wasn't. Like she didn't wear the whole whatever. She was,
oh, okay. Well, then she probably if real Muslims were around her, they might have killed her.
No, well, no. This is fucking Mississauga, man. There's no bullshit like that.
I'm saying real Muslims.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Well, no. Okay. There's a difference between Muslim and the jihad. Fucking what are they?
Okay, look. Look. No, wait. Sharia law is the real law that they go by in Muslim-ruled countries. Okay, and if you're a slut, they will stone you to death. And this is not an extremist thing. They will do it.
Yes.
So
it depends. Well, which countries are you talking about?
The Muslim-dominated ones.
Which ones are those? Because like
in the middle, where around Israel, not Israel, but around Israel.
Like, well, there's but again, like I was really good friends with two guys that were Muslim.
Oh, dude, yeah, no, I have Muslim friends in Ottawa too, and
I talked to their dad one time, and he's like, well, because they had an older sister, and then there was one that was a year older than me, then there was one that was a year younger than me, so I was right in the middle of the two. Mm-hmm. So the sister was like 3 or 4 years older than me, so like she was in university doing whatever, like, so I never met her in high school because she was that much older.
Yeah.
But like I went to their house, we went, like we were working out or whatever, their place was close to the gym, so we went back and got some food or whatever. And I talked to their dad, and he's like, I had a baby girl, 1 year old. Our neighbor daughter was stoned to death. I had to get the fuck out of there because I could not raise my daughter like that. with that fear of that could happen to her. So he like within the first 8 months or something like that, or like so he filled out all the Canadian shit to get over here and this and that, and then had like, so he could not comprehend raising a daughter in that law or whatever.
Yeah, 100%. And it's just like North Korea, right? Like they're just so brainwashed. Like it's not entirely their fault. It's just
but there are people obviously that aren't
for sure
like that. But then there are 100% the crazy motherfuckers that are they're mentally deranged or something. Like I don't exactly understand how you would think killing somebody is
because that's how you grew up. That's just how you grew up, and that's what your religion teaches you, dude. Like serious Muslims, if you leave the religion, you can get killed.
Fair enough, but like the one thing I've been taught through the Canadian school system or whatever is life is more important than anything else.
Sure. Yeah,
and well, like it's the idea of like life is the most like over religion, over social economics or any like life is more important. That's pretty much not necessarily taught, but is the general idea. And fair enough, like Catholic and Christian and all that shit, like they went out and raped and pillaged and all sorts of shit hundreds of years ago.
Everybody did.
Has done it, yes. It's just now to the point that the G7, 6, I'm not like, there's still some issues in some of these countries, but the idea has come out to that, like, yes, life is more important.
You can look at like genocides, you can look at like slavery, you can look at a bunch of shit. Most countries have dealt with that stuff.
Yes.
It's not exclusive to North America or Europe or Asia. It's fucking everywhere.
Like it is a human thing.
Yep.
And that's also another, like, I don't fully understand what people have with race, why people are obsessed with race.
Especially now?
Like just the way I was raised. I was raised
like in the 90s, dude, like in the 90s, like racial stereotypes and all that, it was crazy. Like you look at like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, like, you know, like man, it's just, you know, because they were all portrayed as like rapper dudes and like we're all gangsta and shit in the 90s, you know, like but it's so different now. Like, yeah. I just don't see how anybody could look at a black dude and be like, oh, well, yeah, he's just a rapper gangster dude that's going to, you know, pop a cap in your ass and shit, you know? Like, it's so weird. And I can understand how some people are, like, yeah, there are gangsters out there. They're not all black.
Yeah.
But some of them are.
Yes, it has to do with where you are from more so than the color of your skin.
Yeah,
like there's a big difference between someone coming out of Compton to someone coming out of Mississauga, Ontario.
Yeah, and Ottawa. Like, you know, who do you think commits a lot of the street crime here? Is it some of the black people? Sure, but man, there's a lot of fucking crazy white people here.
Yeah,
a lot.
There's a lot of crazy Asians. There's a lot of crazy Hispanics. There's a lot of crazy
there's
fucking
there's
Europeans.
A lot of Asians in Ottawa. I never hear of fucking anything about an Asian person doing some crazy shit here. Never.
Yeah, there was some Vietnamese place was shot up a couple of years ago.
In
Calgary.
Oh, okay.
So it was like I guess it was a gang member eating dinner with some friends, and another gang saw him, and then they just both started shooting each other with. Then none of the actual gang members got shot. It was everyone else in the restaurant that was just enjoying their dinner got shot.
I shouldn't be laughing at this, but that sounds like a hilarious movie scene where it's like two Asian gangbangers get into. Oh god! They just happen to have a gun and they just fucking miss everything.
Yeah,
fucking glasses exploding everywhere.
Yeah, but everyone else is dying. It's like a shit. What was his name? Get Smart. Not Get Smart. Sorry. Naked Gun.
Leslie Nielsen.
Leslie Nielsen, yeah.
Yeah.
That's just something he would like think of that. Like the two guys are just standing there. They don't get hit, but everyone else in the restaurant's dead.
Yep.
Because I think 7 people died, and like
That sucks.
8 more got wounded or something like that.
See, I like that. Laughing at that at the end of the day just sucks.
Mm.
But it's funny. That's straight up sounds like a fucking movie scene.
Yeah.
But
From
it's
like
real
some
life. And, damn it.
But again, like there was one of the guy who started it was some guy from Vietnam or something like that wasn't actually a Canadian citizen, so he was deported, and then he somehow smuggled himself back into the country, and then he was caught again, and then he was deported again.
And, so here's the thing: a lot of people think that if you're from a small town that is exclusively white, you're going to be racist, right? That's what a lot of people think. But it can either fucking go one of two ways. It's either going to be super racist or not racist at all. And for me, I was not racist at all because we never, ever.
There's
ever,
also a thing
ever,
there of being Canadian opposed to.
Well, there is that too, but like we never talked about race ever. So by the time I got old enough to kind of understand what race is, it was just like, oh, okay, who cares? You know? It's just like we were all white, and then by the time that there was black people and Asian people around me, it's just like, oh, cool, it's just people.
Yeah. Well, I always had ethnicity shit around me, and I just didn't care. Like it came down to who you are. Like you can.
Oh, dude, the most racism I've ever experienced is in Toronto. So, if that tells you something.
No, but it's more so the way I like. There's black people I don't like. There's white people I don't like. And again, when you say white people, what do you mean by white people? Do you mean like Western Europeaners, or you're talking Eastern Europeaners? Or are you talking like straight out like Russians, or what's white? Are you talking South Africans? Are you talking Australians?
The weird thing about Russia is that it's technically Asian.
Yes, but they're Caucasian in the northern part.
I guess so, because
the southern part
all the mountainous parts. Yeah.
So
it's like a ridge between.
But again, Russia would be considered white.
Yes.
But they're not the same as Germany, or I guess more so like France or UK.
Mm-hmm. England.
Well, that would be UK.
Yep. Scottish.
But yeah, and then again, even like it doesn't matter where you're from directly, because there's different types of people everywhere.
Oh, for sure. I am mixed up of a lot of stuff that I don't even know all of my stuff that I'm mixed with. I know for sure that I have some Scottish, and I have some Irish, and I have some Native American, and that's where it ends. Oh, I think I have some... No, I don't have... I was going to say French, but I don't think I do. Yeah, I only know those 3 for sure. But it's probably more than that. Because my uncle kind of looks black. And we're all white. So. And I know they did that, like, he's not an illegitimate kid because he looks like all of us. Just darker colored skin.
Or would that be the native, or would that be...
It could be the native, but the native's more on my mom's side. And he's on my dad's side.
Okay.
But they still have native on my dad's side. So, it could be the native still.
Well, because something like that could just randomly pop out genetically. Like it's...
And he's tall,
like
too.
Even my
motherfucker.
wife, like my wife looks Japanese. Her sister looks not... She looks like a short white girl.
Not Japanese.
Like her skin tone and everything. Like, no, you would never guess she was Japanese. Like, she just looks a little... Like, she looks like those white girls that try to look Asian. But she just looks like that naturally.
I feel like there's a lot of those in Asia.
What? White girls that try to look Asian?
No, Asian girls that kind of look white.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe because there's a lot of booty calls that the traveling Russians do, and then they go back and say, "No, me too, white woman."
Sure.
I like the white girls, and then they go out to China or something like that and have an orgy with a bunch of Asians.
Oh, hey, the best looking people are either mixed with Asians or mixed with black. Those are the most attractive people on the whole planet. The Rock, anybody?
But what is
Pretty
the Rock?
attractive.
I thought he was
He's
Hawaiian.
half black and half the Hawaii Samoan.
Yeah, he's. I didn't know he was half black.
Yes. Tiger Woods is not that great looking for somebody that's half Asian and half black. It kind of didn't work out for him. He's not bad looking. He's just not great looking. But yeah, like one of the hottest girls I've ever seen. She wasn't even crazy hot or anything. It's just because she was half white and half Asian. It just ended up working out in her favor that she was really pretty. But if she would have just been white or just Asian, she just looked like a white or Asian girl. Anyways, hey, this we're talking about MMA here. The MMA show. Weidman is saying that he's not going to get beat up on Long Island Saturday. Good for you, Chris. I'm sure you said that about all your fights. I am not going to go. I'm not going to get there and get beat up. I swear. I swear, guys. I mean it this time. Oh yeah, DJ got an SP award from ESPN. Their yearly awards.
What?
Fighter of the Year. Which is funny because DJ's best year was probably in 2013, 2014 when he beat.
Okay. So I would think The Rock's dad is actually half white, half black.
Oh yeah, well damn, yeah.
So he'd only be a quarter.
No, that's
black.
even better. He's half white, half black.
Because his dad's very. Yes, he definitely has some.
And some Samoan in there too. That's a combination.
Yeah. Oh, genetic diversity.
Yeah.
Like that's if you keep inbreeding, you're gonna look horrible.
Well, that's not a problem with me. I don't see myself doing that. All right, so I just looked up the news
Very
here. There's nothing.
Light.
Oh, sorry, what?
His dad is very light
I
for
see.
like he's certainly nowhere near Wesley Snipes. He's not even like he actually almost has the same skin tone as The Rock.
I was talking about this with my buddy the other day. There's plenty of good-looking black ladies, but like who is like the black guy? Who's like the black icon? Like is it like
Denzel?
Denzel, I guess maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose so. I guess a lot of people do like him. But like in terms of like a young dude, he's getting a little bit older. Is there like a young black dude that's just like strapping out there? Cause like
Kravitz has always been
who?
Lenny Kravitz.
He's okay, but he's still pretty old.
Yeah.
Like, is there anybody? I'm trying to think. Is there anybody in Hollywood that's like a young black dude that's just like, I want some of that? Because there's a lot of white dudes that I can think of.
Well, again, Will Smith, but he's up and older.
Yeah. Like, is there a Marvel movie with a black dude that's young? Because
he's not the lead. He's
because War Machine. He's all right looking.
He's older though.
I would say he's all right looking, but I mainly like him for his acting. His acting is fucking awesome.
No, he's good. He can do comedy. He can do action. He can
he had that show on Showtime.
House of Lies.
Yeah, House of Lies. That show is fucking awesome.
It's still on, I think.
Is it? No, they
or
canceled
it just finished.
Yeah,
no,
they canceled it a year ago.
It did a 5th season.
Yeah, they canceled it last year.
Was it canceled or did it just?
Well, it just finished. Whatever.
Yeah,
they wrapped it up. No, that show was. I loved that show.
Yeah. Well, the first 3 seasons of that were fucking. I didn't like the 4th season all that much.
I loved all of it, so I can admit that the 4th season was not as good, but
like the first 2 seasons, I thought was some of the funniest shit I have ever seen on anything.
And it's so honest about everything too. It's not like it tried to like sugarcoat it or anything. It's just like, here you go. My life is fucked up. This is happening. This is happening. Fuck everything. You know, it's not like a show on NBC where They try to not swear and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing about Showtime and HBO. Sometimes those shows can be done so fucking great, but sometimes it can just be taken overboard, and I'm just like, oh, okay, no, this is just way too much. Like Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is all right, but at some point it just crossed that fucking line where it's just a murder porn, and that's it. That's all it is. It's just murder and sex and incest, and I just couldn't fucking deal with it anymore. And I was just like, okay, I'm done with this show. And I guess people still like it, but fuck, it's way too much depression to deal with. Okay, I can't be depressed all this time. I cannot do it. So yeah. Because did you watch any of that show?
Which one?
Game of Thrones.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, because
I haven't watched a single episode.
The very starts with a dude having sex with his sister.
Yeah.
And a dude and a child climbs up a ladder and discovers it, and the dude kicks him off the ladder down the fucking tower, and the kid can't walk anymore. And the whole fucking season, I'm just like, this dude's gonna be fucking kill him, fucking do something. And then at the end of the season, the child that fell, his dad dies at the end of the season. I'm just like, fuck this, I'm done. And then I tried to watch the second season, and I was just like, nope, can't do it. That's all it is. It's just all incest and bullshit happening, and your favorite character is dying over and over and over.
Why? Okay, just you do realize, like, on Pornhub, stepbrother or brother sister is like the number 3 and 4.
Sure, and most of that is not actual incest, so it's fine.
I get that, but that's what people like, and that's what people want to watch. So the concept of it, and again, the actors doing it are not actual their sister.
One of the dudes that did incest on his sister actually got his, and I got to see it. One of the dragon dudes got like burnt from like gold falling on him, like molten gold fell on him.
So you're talking about in
Game of Thrones. Yes. So that was pretty cool. But it's way just too much crap that I can't deal with for so little excitement and joy that I can't watch it. It's like Walking Dead. At one point, I was just like, I'm pissed all the time watching this. Why the fuck am I still watching it?
That's why I didn't even finish watching the first season, because that's how I felt.
Well, the first season is only 6 episodes, and shit happens in those 6 episodes. The next season after that, it's so slow. It's oh my god. They're all stupid. All the characters in that show, they're all dumb.
Yeah, and so they would never have survived as long as they survived if it wasn't a TV show.
No, but then the zombies also become dumb. The zombies become nothing.
Yeah.
They're not even anything in that show anymore. It's all just humans killing each other, which is fine. I kind of understand that. It's post-apocalyptic. You would probably kill more humans in a post-apocalyptic thing. So, yeah, sure. But they're always just killing off people you actually fucking like.
Why? Depends on why on killing humans.
Oh, yeah, well, if you need
if it's true, like, yes, if it's for food or something like that, then okay, I can understand that.
And that's most of The Walking Dead. For the most part. Then you get the occasional psycho that just wants to rule everything and just kills people that aren't in his group.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Yes, but that would happen though. In a post-apocalyptic world, there would be some people that would just not give a shit about anybody else.
There'd be too much. Like I don't know if that's true though. Unless you can actually start building up something. Like I guess the governor or what, like they actually had like a little walled off area and they were growing shit and doing. Once you get to somewhat of a stable point, then yes, I can somewhat see understanding expanding. But if you're needing to find food daily, you don't have time, unless you're like killing people to eat them. But then they're turning into zombies once they're dead, so it doesn't. Can you eat zombie meat?
I mean, if you shoot them in the head, they'll never become a zombie.
Okay, then you throw them on top of a fire and spigot them, and
yeah.
Maybe, but like that's the like for food, and it is really the only like you have like the human instinct to survive.
Well, have you watched all of Revolution?
That was the lights went off show.
Yes.
No, I didn't watch the last like 4 episodes because I said fuck that shit.
4 episodes of season 1 or 4 episodes of season 2?
Season 2.
Oh, okay. I never got to season 2. I should probably watch that.
It may even more than that. Like I watched season 2, a couple episodes, and yeah, I kind of got to the thing of like
I watched the whole first season.
Her dad ended up betraying them or something like that, and then he took it back and tried to help them. Then he dies or something. I can't fucking remember.
I liked a lot of the actors in that show too.
Yes, but the script itself sucked balls.
It did, but it got way better at the end of the first season.
No, not
No?
really. Well, once you find out that it's little bots that are making the
dude, that's so
electricity not
Metal
work,
Gear though. That's so Metal Gear. That's so cool.
it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't need to.
Yeah, it kind of does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it
It needs to
doesn't.
make sense within its own universe, and that just did not make sense. That they. Well, I guess you didn't watch season 2, did you?
No, I didn't watch. I only finished the first season.
So
and never watched the second.
whatever's causing like these nanites or whatever become AI and are starting to talk to the dude that made the original program.
Dude, yeah, no, that
It's
sounds
seasoned
awesome.
In their brain.
That sounds fucking
No.
awesome.
How? How are
Because it
nanites
sounds like so fucking.
brain?
It sounds like Metal Gear. All these nano machines are just controlling everything.
Yeah, but then they're not doing anything. Like those nanites could just literally like, and in the second season, I think they indicated like the nanites can just kill everyone if they wanted to.
But that would explain how some of the people died. Maybe not. Maybe not.
No, it ended up being like heroes. It ends up retconning a whole bunch of shit that then just makes half the shit.
And it's so dumb that they do that in the fucking second season. Do that later. Retcon shit in like the fucking 5th season. Don't do it so early. God. Come on, TV shows. We're better than this. Everything's been shitty lately. Music, TV.
But again, just the way electricity works, not to say that it's not impossible, it's just so beyond any technology we have. It would had to be like alien tech to have done it, but it wasn't. It was the girl's dad and mother that did it. It just was stupid. Like if it was aliens that did it, that was doing some sort of experiment or saw us as being dangerous or something like that, and they put something in our atmosphere to slow our progression down. Okay, maybe, and then some other shit or something like change. It just the story that they did just was bad, and that's why it just fuck. I don't even think they finished the second season.
I think they did. Oh, I have a little story here. So I was leaving my bike in my van lately, and I guess the last time I drove my bike, a spider got in my handlebars. So, and I guess she was a pregnant spider that laid a bunch of eggs, and then there was a bunch of spiders in my van. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I killed like at least 20 spiders.
Nice.
And I got the bike out, and now there's no spiders in my van, so that's good. But man, God,
That had to be great when you were an Uber driver.
Yeah, well, yes, I was driving yesterday, and I was just like, holy shit, there's spiders everywhere. That's not cool. And then I figured it out. It was my bike. At first I thought I just left my windows open overnight, and a spider got.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
What happened?
I'm looking at Revolution and the scores related to it.
When it just goes down as it goes.
Yeah, like the last couple of episodes of season 1 was like 1.4 out of 5.
Well, that's honestly most shows, to be honest, nowadays.
Oh yeah, the same thing. Like the last show they showed was 1.1 out of 5. It had decent viewer rates though. It had 4.4 million, 4.5 million, 6.8 on the season 1 or season 2 premiere, plus DVR views of another 2.8. Like it had a lot of fucking viewers for.
Oh, there was a lot of buzz behind it when it first started. So I guess it just carried.
Yeah, well the original pilot had 14 million views for the first season, and then it just steadily dropped off.
Yeah, because there was that dude from the dad from the Twilight was one of the main characters. So yeah, there's a lot of fucking interest in that show at first. What was that show with RoboCop? The dude that was RoboCop, the new RoboCop.
What new
And he was like a cyborg, or was he fuck? What was it? What's that fucking show? I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up right now.
I don't know what you're talking
Okay,
about.
Joel Kinnaman. No, that's not him. Who the fuck was RoboCop?
In a TV show of RoboCop, or what? RoboCop?
No. The last movie.
Oh, okay. I never saw that.
Who the fuck was RoboCop in that movie? Oh, it is Joel Kinnaman, I guess. It's just his picture. Oh man, his hair's. I know it. Okay, it is him. Is it him? I'm just gonna go on his IMDb.
2014.
No, that's not what I'm looking for.
Joel Kidman is RoboCop. Alex Murphy.
Huh. That's not who I'm looking for. But what? Oh man.
Gary Oldman.
No.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There was a show with like it was cops in the future, and you got assigned like a cyborg or like a robot. Every human had like a robot. Let's see.
This is a TV show?
A robot. Yeah. Almost Human. That's what it was called.
Sounds familiar, but I've never seen it.
Who is the main character in this? Oh, Carl Urban. Who the fuck was... Oh, Carl Urban was Judge Dredd. Fuck.
Oh,
Judge Dredd that I was thinking of. Not RoboCop. Did you watch RoboCop, the new one?
No.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Did you watch Judge Dredd?
Yes.
Yeah, that's also pretty good. I would kind of compare the two, to be honest. They're kind of similar. That last RoboCop was way better than it had any rights to be, though.
Okay, I don't know what that means, but
everything about the trailers and everything that they showed before the release looked terrible.
So you talk. What about Carl Urban?
He was in Almost Human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were thinking of the wrong
Yes,
show?
I was thinking he was RoboCop instead of...
okay. Dredd. Okay.
Yes.
He's supposed to be making another Dredd.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Dredd was always cool. It's just that movie in the 90s was fucking terrible.
Well, yeah, it didn't... Yeah.
But the actual character of Judge Dredd was always cool.
He's in Thor Ragnarok.
Isn't he Thor?
No.
Come on.
Chris Evans is Thor.
Oh yeah.
Or Hemsworth, sure. Not Evans. Evans is Captain America. Sorry. Oh right. Okay. Yeah, I do. He's the sorcerer's bitch. I can't remember. Yeah.
Man, we're totally not talking about MMA, and I still have this show going on. So I'm just gonna wrap it up. So hey, if you're ever curious about what we talk during the after shows, this is what we talk about. It's just random shit. So you got to experience the after show on Sprawl and Brawl, but we're never gonna do that again. So if you do want to hear us talk about random stuff, just tune into us live, or just go to the YouTube. We also have all the live streams up on the channel. You actually have to go in the channel to look at it though, because it doesn't get posted anywhere else. There's a live stream playlist on our channel, so go check that out on YouTube. We're gonna wrap it up. Thanks for tuning in. MMA, there's a lot of stuff happening this weekend. I'm looking forward to next weekend though. Next weekend's gonna be fucking amazing with John Jones versus DC Cormier. The C is Cormier, Matt. Jeez. Come on, man. All right. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be here next Thursday. As always, I am Matt.
And I am Steiner. And yeah.
Yeah? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So think about throwing elbows.
Yeah, just think about it. Don't actually do it yet. Wait until Jones gets out there and throws one of those spinning ones right in DC's face.
Go get trained first and then throw elbows. Go get some proper training on
Carl Urban was in Xena Warrior Princess. That is awesome.
The actual TV show?
Yes.
Sure, why not?
He's actually in a bunch of episodes, apparently.
There's a lot of people that you go look at their
He was
IMDb,
Julius Caesar.
and you're just like, holy shit, as if he was in this.
He was Caesar in Xena Warrior Princess.
Cool.
Hmm.
Yeah. I can kind of see it. He must have been young.
Yeah, like it was in 2001. It was last. Oh no, actually, he was repeating roles, so he was actually in like a bunch of episodes. 12.
Oh man,
12
he's
episodes.
a good looking 45-year-old dude, that guy.
Mm.
Jesus Christ, 45. I wish I'd be that good looking
I
when
thought he
I'm
was
45, but I'm not even that
Scottish
good looking now, so, you know.
I thought he was Scottish. He's New Zealand. I thought he was Scottish or something like that.
His accents are weird because he can do anything now. So.
Yeah, well, he can do fucking bones to the fucking like damn.
Yeah, so it's when you get those freaks of nature that can do whatever they want with their voices, it's hard to pinpoint
That,
where
that
they're
would
from.
explain why he was in Xena, because he's New Zealand, because that's where that shit was done.
Because the Flight of the Conchords dudes, those dudes are really good at disguising their accents too.
Holy crap buckets!
What?
He was in Hercules: The Legendary Journey in 1996.
Oh, you mean he wasn't Hercules Jr.?
Well, he was in both actually.
Oh,
I
what?
think. Yeah.
Dude, I can actually picture him in Hercules Jr.
Yeah, I think he was a centaur because there's a picture of him here.
Huh.
Of it.
Hercules Jr. was my jam though. Watch that all the time.
No, sorry. Wait, no, what? That's the wrong. What? I'm confused.